Ugh. I really didn't want to make this video, but after what I've heard recently about what they did, like Nintendo, or technically, here's the thing I'm going to talk about right here. People saying it's Nintendo's fault for everything they did, which it's still a good company. Now, I'm not saying the things they did should be ignored, especially the last one, which admittedly does tick me off. That last thing about the Edicon and going to charity, that does kind of tick me off. It still does. And it's probably the most stupidest thing out of the three. I don't understand why. Look, I can definitely understand what they did was very stupid, and especially about the whole free melee thing and the um that Splatoon tournament. This is not even I didn't even plan for them to make this, so I'm sounding a little odd right now. But here's the thing. Aren't the main ones Nintendo of America, technically? Isn't it mostly Nintendo of America that's doing these things and not Nintendo of Japan as a whole or Nintendo everywhere? Like, even if they did do this, I think it's most likely just Nintendo of America since they're the ones who's mostly doing this. Which I'm not saying they have the right to, which I think they do, but again, it still sucks. Like, literally sucks. Like, if anything, I'm just shocked by even do this. I think the only bad thing about them is the PR or whatever the heck that's going on, because it is awful. They just block everything, and like other companies like Sega, who actually embraced fan creations, Nintendo, nope, let's just cancel them. And it's ridiculous. Like, guys, like, what is going on? Like, here's the thing. Like, I didn't even plan this. Like, seriously. I mean, first off, there's like two things. Like, seriously, I don't even know what's going on with them. It's just weird to say. If you don't know what I mean by the last one, there were these Joy-Cons that were made to remember the late Etika, who was an amazing YouTuber who sadly passed away due to mental health. Rest in peace. And someone was going to make Joy-Cons or Joy-Con skins, I think, for Etika to remember his legacy and donate it for charity. Now, to be fair, the last part I do kind of understand, like, but then Nintendo had to give him a cease and desist, which, I mean, here's the thing, here's the ticked part about it, like, it was for charity. I'm pretty sure they didn't know it was for charity. But the thing is, since they didn't know that, it just makes them look like the bad guy. Still sucks, though, because it's just, I mean, he's not even doing anything wrong. Like, the guy who sold it, which I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Like, he got blamed for that because he's using their patents. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. I think he still can make them, but the thing is, he can't use Joy-Con boys or the Joy-Con symbol, or, I mean, the Switch symbol as a patent, which sucks. And again, it's just making the whole thing ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about that. Out of the three things that happened this week, or 2 weeks ago technically, that last one kind of ticked me off the most. But I'm not going to attack Nintendo for this. I don't care what anyone says, but I'm not even going to do it since it is not worth it. Like, think about this. Like, I'm not saying you should ignore what they're doing, which you should acknowledge that, and they should be criticized for that. But again, if you keep on doing that, they're most likely not going to listen. Which, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from doing that, because again, you can do whatever the heck you want. Because again, I'm going to, like, the company still makes good games, and everyone else can agree on that. But it's still fair to criticize Nintendo for what they're doing, and what they did today, and I mean, technically yesterday. Yeah, that is pretty scummy, I will admit. And the cancellation of that Splatoon tournament, which, yeah, it kind of stinks. I mean, the games are still good, and so are the developers. Just the PR system is just complete crap. Like, and most likely it's the Nintendo of America that's doing that. I hardly think Japan's the one who's doing this, because I don't know how Nintendo works. Because again, just saying it's the whole company kind of throws it off the water because, like, which one are you talking about? Like, is it Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Japan, Nintendo of, like, Europe? I don't know, because that's kind of confusing. And again, it's just so baffling and completely backwards. Like, again, if this keeps up, however, well, bye Nintendo. You're all gonna get screwed. Prepare to get screwed. Well, like I said, if they keep doing that, Nintendo is gonna have to say bye bye. Again, I'm not really trying to make anyone mad, and if I made anyone mad, I'm sorry. Like, this is supposed to be serious, but I'm only laughing because of what Nintendo has done and what they could get as a punishment. They could probably like get their whole company bombed. Okay, no, wait, no, I'm sorry. That was awful. I didn't mean to say that. But they could, okay? If someone is actually crazy enough to do that, that would be insane. Like, here's the thing that's the problem though. Like, so what if they're using the license? Like, I mean, they're not selling it, which, I mean, if they're selling it, I mean, that could be a problem. But then again, there is that charity thing just to do it for money. But that's mostly to get them made and mostly for charity. Like, this whole thing is making my brain all messed up. But again, like, leave them alone. But if they do something more crucial, then go cancel them. I don't care. Again, I'm not going to cancel them. But I'm still going to criticize them. They've done some stupid stuff, and they cannot be ignored for stupid stuff. Like, removing fan projects, canceling tournaments for a certain community. It's just ridiculous. And if they keep doing this, well, like I said, for the 100th time, bye-bye. Like, they're gone. Or bam. It's just ridiculous. For me, I still play their games. And again, this is why I don't keep doing news, and I don't like being part of it, because it's just awful. Like, again, do you think I would do this? Okay, that's enough of me talking like an idiot for basically a lot. If I said some rude stuff that might be insensitive to some, I'm sorry. But this whole week, like, starting this thing, it's just ridiculous. No, in fact, 2020 is just a roller coaster waiting to happen. It's just crashed, bombed, awful, and just a horrible year all around. Like, a lot of games got delayed. Nintendo is looking like the bad guy in 2020. Yeah, 2020 is the worst year ever. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I'm pretty sure a majority of people agree. I am going to say it again. 2020, like, all intents and purposes, is the absolute worst year of all time for Nintendo. And no one can change my mind. And, like, I'm pretty sure a majority of people are going to agree. If they don't, well, like I said for the 100th time, you're dead, Nintendo. Go away.